What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we have another edition of the Freshen Up Your Franchise, or the Team Builder series that I've been doing, where I'm building 32 teams for you guys to use in your own franchise. I have 5 more teams that I want to show you today. The first team that I'm going to be showing is one that I wanted to do because I feel like this state does not get a lot of love when it comes to this stuff, and that is Alaska. And I went ahead and I used the flag colors to the best of my ability, and this one was difficult for me to find which team I really wanted to use it for, like what type of logo. And the best thing I could come up with that I could find a logo for was the Alaska KODIAKS. Now, KODIAKS, if you don't know, is just a nickname for, a bear, and it's a bear that you can find in Alaska, and it sort of made sense when I saw the logo, and well, here we are. So the Alaska KODIAKS are going to be the first team I'm showing you today. And if you're interested in getting some of these teams, and you have not already found these yet, and maybe you're new, go ahead and check out this gamer tag right here under the Creation Center in the Madden area, and you should be able to find all the teams that I've been creating. I've done 2 other videos, so if you haven't seen those, I would definitely go and check them out. The first was 3 teams, and then I believe I did 4 teams, and now I did 5 teams. And no, that is not a pattern. That means the next one's going to be 6. It just means that I've been chugging along at these, and now I can finally do bigger sets of them in one video than I could previously, to where I was sort of still figuring out what I really wanted to do. But I've sort of gotten a good roll going. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and let's check out these jerseys. I did a little bit of a different type of video today. Instead of just going into the game and just sitting there on the replay screen, I went ahead and I took a bunch of pictures, and then I uploaded them into somewhat of a slideshow, and I'm just going to let you watch all of the slides play through while I just talk about the team that I created in the uniform itself. So the username I'm going to keep here for the rest of the video. That way you guys will not have a chance to miss it. So again, if you want to check out these teams or see what else I have in the works, check out BILNIC90, BILNIC90 in the Creation Center under, I'm not sure if it's username or creator or whatever it's called, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out once you get there. Search that name up. You should be able to find all the stuff that I've been working on. All right, and here we are. So we have the first uniform set here. You're taking a look at the home uniform. Nothing too crazy, just a nice white helmet, some slick jerseys with minor stuff on the shoulder pads, and the pants, of course. I really wanted the yellow to accent and contrast this dark blue really like a lot. I wanted it to be a main portion of this picture of this uniform, because these colors, they just go together. Okay, they just work. Plus, it is using the colors of Alaska from what I found online. If I'm mistaken, my apologies, but this is what my envision was when I was working on this. And here you see the yellow version that I have. And again, if you are not used to seeing the uniforms that I create, all of my uniforms, for the most part, are always going to be able to be used with every set that you see in a video of mine or on this team. There are a select few where I did like a different style because I didn't really have any other colors to use, and I didn't want to just repeat a jersey or waste a spot. So I would make something a little bit different. But for the most part, all of these jerseys are going to be intertwinable between all 5 of them. So if you want to go with a white helmet here with this jersey, but then the home pants, and then or vice versa, just mix it all up, whatever you want to do, you should be able to. Like for instance right here, this is a 5th and separate one. You can still use the helmet, of course, but the jersey itself will not mix with anything else. So you will see that from time to time, because there's not a lot you can do with 2-3 colors, but for the most part, I think it turned out pretty good. And now as we get to the end of this slide, you should see the field graphics. I made sure to include that with everything so you could see sort of how the layout is looking. So there's the end zone there. Coming up, we have the logo, and now you'll be seeing the stadium. I believe this is the deluxe modern or whatever it's called, with the weird lines around it. Yeah, but either way, pretty good. Now let's go on to the next team. If you have not been keeping track with what I've been working on, all of these teams are going to fit together in a 32-man league, and I'm actually building the teams and everything based off of the area, so that way I can put all of them into the 8 divisions in the NFL, and it makes sense, and you can not have to do all that extra legwork trying to figure it out, because that's not fun to do either. So I figured I'll just put in the work for it, get it all set up for you guys. Of course, if you want to put your own spin on it, feel free. Of course, it's your stuff, but this way you got an option. Now let's go on to the second team, and the second team is one that another state that does not get a lot of love in this kind of stuff. And I get it. It's not a huge populated state, but it is still something that I thought had a really interesting, potential, and I found a good logo and I found a good color scheme. This one is going to be for South Dakota, and it is the South Dakota Bison, and it's named Bison, not Bisons. Okay, I'm sure that it's, I think there's like a thing where you call it Bison. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just saying Bison. I'm not going to make it plural and make somebody upset. Okay, it's Bison. I get it. But this one, not a over the top like detailed logo, but a very simple logo that it makes sense with this team. The only unfortunate thing is some of these teams, when I make them, because I have to use so many different textures in order to get the uniforms the way I want them, and like different colors of those same upload pieces or template pieces, I can't always fit a name, which is why this one does not have a name on the jersey. There's no name in the end zone. I just couldn't make it work, and I didn't want to not put this on because I actually made custom striping for this team for all uniforms. All right, and here we go. We have the home uniforms. I really liked the color of Virginia Tech in college, and I brought it here. I used almost the exact same colors. Not exactly the same format as the way they did. They used a lot more of that maroonish color than I am. I'm using more of the white, but I thought it fit perfect. I just thought it made sense with the logo. Not saying that this is the state colors or anything, but when I thought about the South Dakota Bison, this color they just popped. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, this is what I want. And you'll see that I made a little custom striping there where it's a singular line, and then it's got like a little flare out of color. I have it on every single jersey with all 4 different variations, so that way it matches up with any type that you're using. And I also put it on the helmet, as you saw there. I'm going to go back here on the back there. You see where I have that flare on both sides. I have that for all the different helmets, so that way they all have their own unique look. You won't be able to recreate this yourself without my stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just doing things within the team builder that it offers. I wanted to add a little flair to it, and this is the way I did it. And you'll see here the orange with the all maroon helmet. I don't know if you would classify that as maroon or if it's more of just like a wine red, but I'm going to call it maroon because, well, that's what I'm going to do. And then here you see the orange away options. A lot of different jersey options with this one, because this one all fits together, every single jersey, even the 5th one. All I did though for the 5th was, because it got a little tight, and you'll see it here in a second, is I just made, here it is, I just sort of made it like a very simple maroon and orange. That's it. Just made the colors on the jersey, like the numbers the same color with the orange, and that's about it. So not a whole lot different, but again, you know, mix and match them however you want. If you want to rock the white helmet with these jerseys, you can. I love it. And then this is what I did with the end zone. It's the best I could get without having anything for the word mark, but I think I did all right, you know. And then here we go with the hybrid stadium, and that's it for this team. The next team that I did, this one was one of the first logos that I found when I started doing this. Before the video that I even showed you guys first, like the first one I uploaded, I found this logo along with the rest of them, and I knew that I had to use it, and I wasn't sure how to use it, but it was just so good. And then I put the pieces together. I put together that the animal itself was actually used already in a state that you wouldn't really think it would be, so it was hard to tie it to any other state, but this one had a sort of a history of it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's based off of a college team. And then the jersey rights are of not the NFL, but a different team. I don't remember if it was the XFL or like the AUFL or USFL, whatever one of those, the AAU or whatever. I don't know what they're all called, but this was a hot commodity team for this area. Plus the college team is a banger. They don't have anything in the state, and if you have tried to figure it out already, you're probably on the right track, because we're talking about the Alabama Herd. This logo just looks so good to me. I needed to use it, but I didn't know how to incorporate it. And I think you can tell by the colors, I tried to do a more of a simple build here, and I think you're gonna like it, because if you like the other team that I'm referring to, now that you know it's about Alabama, I think you probably know I'm talking about the Birmingham Iron, where they had a very just dark black and gray like look. I didn't go that simple, but I tried to incorporate that look with the elephant logo on the helmet, and try to give it a little modern look. And here we go, the Alabama Herd. I did nothing but dark gray and black with white accents on this jersey, and I left it there with the red eye in the elephant just to sort of, I don't know, add a little vibrance to the logo. And you'll also see where the red comes in relevant here shortly. I could not make it an alternate jersey with this once I ran out of things to do with the gray and the white and the black. I thought this turned out super clean. I mean, these jerseys look menacing, they look simple, but yet it looks so good. And I was ready to make a franchise, a whole different franchise series out of some of these teams as I was making them. I was just so happy with how some of them turned out. I hope you guys end up enjoying them. This one uses a very dark black, like pure black, which is why it looks a little off. The game doesn't really know how to register that very well, but I think it contrasts well with that gray. And then you're coming up here, you're gonna see that I did a whole different look for the last two, and that's what that is right there. I made a red variant of the logo with a red outline using the red from the eye of the elephant, and then I made jerseys based off of that and tried to make them as best as possible. And I thought they turned out really well for a simple, like just an alternate set. You won't be able to use them with the other three, but you do have a full set here of a home and away option using those helmets, and you still have two variants of that helmet. So I think it turned out pretty good, and I'm really excited with this team moving forward. I hope you guys enjoy, because I really put a lot of thought into the name and the logo and how to place it, and it just all sort of worked out in the end. And then now, of course, you see the field stuff, and then you'll see the stadium, which I believe I did a deluxe traditional. That's the other futuristic one. All right, we are down to the final two teams, and this next team was the one that I created by accident, believe it or not. So I was searching for a Jet logo, which is a team that you guys have not seen yet, and I could not find something that I liked. I just, no matter how many times I looked, how many times I ran it through AI, I just could not get something that really fit for what I was looking for. But in the process of that, I found the logo that I'm about to show you guys for this team. And while it makes probably no sense as to how I came up with what it did, it clicked in my head based off of the angles in the logo. It looks like the two letters that I used for the city and the state, or the city and the name of the team. And it just sort of also fit the theme of the team. And that is the Virginia Aviators. Now that you see the logo, you might know what I'm trying to get at here. It looks like there's an A, it looks like it's got a V, and it looks like it's either like the wings of a plane or maybe the wings of a bird. I don't know what it's trying to be. All I know is it seems to work. It looks really good on a helmet, and I can't wait to show you guys the rest of the uniforms. So let's go ahead and check them out. And now we have the uniforms, and this also was another set that I got inspiration from other teams, obviously. This one I would say was a little bit of a mixture of my own liking of the colors, but also a sort of a play on like Ohio State, if you will. It's just simple, maybe an off red, like a pale, like a light red, silver, and white, and I thought they came out really, really good. This uniform did not need a lot of work when it comes of changing up everything. So instead of taking a bunch of pictures of the same exact thing, like I used the same two shoulder pad or the shoulder patches for all uniforms. I used the same two word marks across the chest. I used the same logo for everything. Like there wasn't a lot of variation. So what I did towards the end here, and here you see like just the extra options. You have all the grays that you can do. You have the red helmet option. I put in just a look of what some of the different things mixed together looks like, so you can see how well it does go together when you mix these things together that aren't necessarily in the home away alternate sets. But I just thought everything turned out super, super good here in this one. And here's one of them. I mixed the home pants, or maybe like the alternate pants, with the extra jersey and the red helmet. And then here I did just the full red. So if you just wanted to go full out red, this is what it would look like. There's the full out gray. All of them look super clean together. There's the red top and bottom with the white in the middle. Just really love how this team turned out. And then of course there is the stadium, and once again I used the futuristic because it just looks the best. Now it is time for the final team. This team was, I think, the third or fourth team that I created all together. And I've been sitting on this team because while I was making the other ones, I just was never sold on it. You guys have probably downloaded this team when it was red and gold, and maybe you liked it. If you did, great. I didn't think it was a bad set. I just, you know, sometimes when you're doing things or you're creating something, I'm sure some of you can relate, obviously not in the same aspect, maybe you can, but you can just look at something, and even if it looks good, you're just like, you know, that's just not exactly right. It's just not it just doesn't capture what I'm looking for. And then I saw this new logo and this new color scheme, and I'm like, this is what I need to do. So I changed it all over to this color scheme. And what I'm talking about is the San Diego Spartans. I was originally going to do a very basic and true to Spartan culture, off red, or maybe a straight up red, like a dimmed down red with gold or like a beige color. And this was after I did the Louisville Stallions, or at least I knew about that team at the time. And I'm like, you know, let me see if I can find something different. I'm just not sold on this one yet. And then I found this logo and everything just clicked. It looked really good with the logo, with the word mark that I had printed off for this particular team, and it all just fit. And then the coloring, man, it looks like it's so fresh. I can't wait to show you guys. This is my favorite one. That's why I saved it for last. So I hope you guys stuck around to watch it. And here they are. Very simple, deep, colorful purple, a nice silver, and a white with two-tone white on the jersey. It makes these colors pop so well. And there is the striping. I did a custom stripe, almost looking like it's slashing through the line, but I wanted it to be a minimal one, right? I just wanted it to be a very fine line. I just thought it looked really well. It just accented just enough. Again, man, this is one of my favorites that I've done this entire thing, and I've gotten 25 teams done. Yeah, 25. I'm very close to having that full league done for you. But the cleanliness of the whites and the purples, the good accents that just didn't overtake too much, but were enough to fill up the jersey. This is like my top 3 teams that I've built. The black alternate gives it that tough look if you're looking for that. They also go really well together. And I did the two, like the double stripe of the same color, or the outside stripe of the same color of the number. I just thought that it was a very different look. I saw a team in the RFL do this, the league that I'm in. It was for the Marshals, I believe. They had yellow. I'm like, man, that just looks really clean. So I just decided to do it. For the last jersey set, I did make more of like a silver and purple jersey combo, just so that it looked a little bit different. But overall, everything worked out tremendously well. I'm super happy with the build and how it turned out. And I hope you guys are willing to try this jersey out, or this team out, because it's well deserving of a team. You can do some cool stuff in franchise with it. And this one, of course, with the white, also has a home option with the silver options, with the silver pants as well. So you can, again, you can change up the style completely for an entire season if you want to. You have the home and away option, even mix and match the pants with them if you want to. And yeah, it turned out awesome. Love to see it. And then we'll see here soon the logo and the home field and all that stuff. There's that awesome view of the sideline, awesome view of the stadium. Man, such a good team. I'm really happy with this. All right, guys, that is every team that I have for today. Again, check this code out right here. When you go to the Creation Center, you should be able to find all the teams that I've been working on and all the ones that I haven't even released yet. Again, if you do that and you download a team that you know I haven't done a video on, just keep in mind, just like that Spartans team that was the same for over a month, they're subject to change. If I think that I can add something or change something or mess around and maybe even redo the entire team and just start from scratch, I will do that. So if you like some of the teams that they're out there now, great. Make sure you download them right away, because they might not be there until they're on this video. Once they hit this video, I will not change them. So if you don't see them on this video and you want to download one of the copies, make sure you do it now. Once they're in the video, you'll know they'll never change. Also, just to add to this for them, no, I'm not making custom unit or custom rosters. There's no time. There's not enough time in a day for me to do all that for all 32 teams. I'm sort of cycling through the different 3 or 4 options that they give you for the automated teams, and that's it. So this is what I would do if I were you. If you don't want to use the NFL players for these teams, which I understand, start the franchise up, put your teams everywhere where you want them, sim 10 years into the future. Straight up, just sim 10 years into the future. You'll get a whole bunch of different players. All the players will be moved around. Yes, you will still have some old players that are repeated a lot. Maybe make it 15 years. I don't know. Turn on some regression sliders so that way all those players aren't still at the top of depth charts at that point. Then you should be good to go. If you are not sure how to do any of that stuff, you can check out some of my guides, like my franchise setup guide that should be on the channel for Madden 25. or Madden 24, either one, it pretty much applies to the same thing. So I apologize that I wouldn't be able to make custom teams, but that's a lot. That's a lot for anybody to do, man. It really is. When you think about how many players are on a team, and then I'm doing 32 of them, it's just too much. Now, another disclaimer here. If you are about to go down to this comment section and you're gonna say, you built a team that sort of just looks like this. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And you want to know why? Because there's not infinite colors in them. There's not infinite combos that work together. I'm not trying to say I reinvented the wheel here. I'm just offering custom uniforms for you guys to use. If you feel the need that you need to leave a comment like that, I hope you have a better day. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Keep an eye out for more of these to drop, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, turn on that bell notification. I'll see you guys next time.